Have you ever wondered why people stay in toxic relationships? This question has piqued the curiosity of numerous individuals, causing a stir in the realm of interpersonal relationships. The detrimental impacts that such associations have on a person's psychological and emotional well-being are glaringly obvious. Yet, the mystery persists. Why do people remain willingly in such adverse conditions? A toxic relationship is typified by recurring patterns of abusive conduct, manipulation, and an absence of mutual respect. It is akin to an iron chain, seemingly impossible to sever and escape from. The individuals affected often feel trapped, ensnared in these invisible yet perceptible chains, with no respite in sight. But what makes such people get entangled in these unseen shackles? What drives them into the abyss of toxicity and abuse, with seemingly no hope of recovery or solace? The answers are as diverse and complex as the individuals themselves. For some, the root cause is a lack of self-worth and self-esteem. They have a deep-seated belief that they are not worthy of respect or love. This makes them susceptible to toxic relationships, as they mistakenly believe they don't merit better. This is a tragic and heartbreaking reality for many, and an unfortunate consequence of self-deprecation and negative self-image. For others, it's the specter of past traumas, lingering and overshadowing their current life. These old, painful experiences cast a long shadow, distorting their understanding of what is normal and acceptable in a relationship. The scars from these past wounds often remain unhealed, leading to a distorted perception of love and relationships. And for some, their background plays a significant role. Their upbringing, the environment they grew up in, the relationships they saw modeled by their parents or caregivers, all these factors can greatly influence their chances of ending up in a toxic relationship. They may have internalized unhealthy patterns and behaviors, making it difficult for them to recognize toxicity when they encounter it. Unraveling the complexity of why individuals succumb to toxic relationships necessitates a deep exploration of the human psyche, understanding influences from a person's past, their self-perception, and the societal norms they've been exposed to. To understand why people fall prey to toxic relationships, we need to delve into the human psyche. The first factor we'll examine is self-esteem. This invisible but powerful force within us is the bedrock of the relationships we cultivate. Imagine self-esteem as the internal compass that navigates us through the labyrinth of social interactions. When this compass is accurately tuned, it charts a course towards relationships that are beneficial, uplifting, and nourishing. However, when self-esteem is deficient, it becomes akin to a malfunctioning compass needle, directing us towards paths that may not serve our well-being. Insufficient self-esteem can make an individual more prone to damaging relationships. Such individuals may feel unworthy of affection, regard, and compassion, which can make them tolerate harsh treatment, demeaning remarks, or emotional as normal. This acceptance is not indicative of their value, but a skewed perception of what they think they are worthy of. On the other hand, a robust self-esteem acts like a shield. It helps us acknowledge our intrinsic worth, urging us to insist on respect and kindness, and to remove ourselves from circumstances that endanger our mental health. It endows us with the power to establish boundaries, articulate our requirements, and pursue relationships that enhance our lives as opposed to draining them. Hence, nurturing a healthy self-esteem is crucial. It goes beyond just feeling positive about ourselves. It involves recognizing our value and asserting that others acknowledge it as well. A healthy self-esteem does not merely boost our confidence, it also provides us with the tools to protect ourselves from damaging influences, enabling us to strive for healthier relationships that uplift rather than bring us down. It is a tool that allows us to demand the respect we inherently deserve and to disengage from harmful situations. So, a sturdy self-esteem is not only about feeling good about yourself, it's also about knowing your worth and asserting it. Establishing boundaries, expressing needs and wants, and seeking relationships that nourish rather than deplete. These are the effects of a healthy self-esteem. A strong sense of self-worth is a shield against toxicity. Next, we'll explore how past experiences can shape our future relationships. It can't be stressed enough how influential these experiences are. They serve as our life's roadmap, steering us, often unconsciously, towards certain paths and behaviors. We carry these echoes of our history into new relationships, painting our present with shades of the past. These echoes, generally born out of significant or traumatic, can weigh heavily on us, influencing our expectations and shaping our perceptions in ways that may not always be apparent to us. Consider this, for instance. If a person has weathered a relationship where trust was routinely shattered, they're likely to approach new relationships with an elevated level of caution, perhaps even a predisposition to question their partner's actions and intentions. This is not to suggest that such caution is baseless, but it can potentially give rise to a self-fulfilling prophecy where doubt incites behaviors that gradually erode trust. Not only this, past experiences can also create behavioral patterns that are challenging to break. Suppose a person has been in relationships where they were repeatedly belittled or undermined. They might, without realizing it, be drawn towards similar dynamics in the future, mistakenly believing that this is the norm in relationships. Yet it's crucial to remember that these past experiences, while they do shape us, don't necessarily seal our fate. We have the power to change and grow. Through self-exploration, therapy, and conscious effort, it's entirely feasible to identify and manage these remnants of our past. It's about understanding our history and its influence, acknowledging the patterns we've fallen into, and dedicating ourselves to change. By gaining this understanding of our past experiences, we can start the process of building healthier behavioral patterns, and most importantly, forging relationships that are founded on mutual respect, trust, and love. After all, we must remember, past experiences do not define our future. Finally, let's delve deeper into the complexities of how one's personal history or background can significantly influence their relationship choices. Picture, if you will, a young sapling, striving to grow in an environment that's far from being advantageous or nourishing. It learns to adapt, it makes adjustments according to the harsh conditions, and over time it grows. However, this growth, influenced by its environment, is somewhat skewed, not quite following the typical, expected path. This analogy serves to represent the impact of our backgrounds on our personal development and our approach to relationships. We, as humans, grow up immersed in a particular environment with distinctive dynamics, patterns of behavior, values, and norms. As we observe and experience these patterns, they gradually become internalized, often being perceived as normal. This internalized perception of normalcy then serves as a baseline against which we measure our relationships and the dynamics within them. For instance, let's consider a person who has spent their formative years amidst a household filled with conflict, chaos, and volatility. Subsequently, they might develop a skewed understanding of love and relationships, equating love with an emotional pain. This perception, influenced by their tumultuous upbringing, may unknowingly lead them into toxic relationships under the misguided assumption that love should be intense, volatile, and chaotic, just as they experienced growing up. However, it's absolutely vital to understand and remember that these ingrained patterns are not set in stone. They can be changed, broken even, with the right awareness, willingness, and effort. Recognizing the impact of one's background on their relationship choices is the first crucial step towards change. It paves the way to a deeper understanding of oneself and one's relationship dynamics. Thereafter, it becomes critical to educate oneself about what a healthy, respectful, and loving relationship entails. Understanding the difference between a healthy and toxic relationship can be a game changer. Seeking help from professionals, if necessary, can also provide invaluable insights and towards healthier relationship patterns. Always remember, our background may have a significant influence on us, on our values and our choices, but it certainly does not have to define us. In conclusion, a multitude of factors can lead one into a toxic relationship. It's a complex phenomenon that can be traced back to various psychological and environmental influences. Let's take a deep dive into these factors. We've discussed, analyzed, and unraveled the often invisible chains that bind us in unhealthful relationships. Considered from many perspectives, we discussed the crucial role that self-esteem plays in shaping our perception of ourselves and our relationships. A person with low self-esteem often finds themselves settling for less than they deserve, caught in a web of devaluation and disrespect. Next, let's remember the ghosts of past experiences, particularly those that are traumatic and unresolved. These can lead us into a repetitive cycle of harmful patterns, ensnaring us in a continuing loop of toxicity that we may not even recognize. We explored how these experiences shape our choices, our actions, and ultimately, our lives. It's crucial to understand that these experiences, however painful, do not define us. We have also explored the influence of our backgrounds, the environment we grow up in, the relationships we witness, and the values we are raised with can subconsciously steer us towards unhealthy partnerships. Our familial and sociocultural backgrounds play a role in shaping our perceptions of what constitutes a normal relationship, and these perceptions can often lead to harmful choices. But let's not forget, knowledge is power. With awareness, education, and a willingness to change, we can break free from these invisible chains. We discussed how therapy can serve as a powerful tool, a beacon of hope that helps us heal from past traumas, rebuild our self-esteem, and redefine our worth. It's crucial to remember that everyone deserves a relationship built on respect, love, and mutual growth. A relationship where every individual's worth and dignity are acknowledged and celebrated. This is not a lofty ideal, but a basic human right. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might benefit from it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts or experiences. Together we can support each other.